Hi, this is A.T. Do you remember this character? Colonel Jack Ripper. He was portrayed by Sterling Hayden in Stanley Kubrick's 1964 masterpiece, Dr. Strangelove. In this scene, you see Ripper explaining to Peter Sellers' character, Captain Mandrake, about the importance of bodily fluids.
I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination, communist subversion, and the international communist conspiracy to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids.
Now, this was a satirical mocking of the John Birch Society opposition to the crusade to put fluoride into the nation's water supply. And the implication was that if you do want to maintain pure water, then you must belong to the stupid party and you're either delusional or anti-science or both. In other words, fluoride, first introduced to the water of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I think it was 1945, to reduce tooth decay. Fluoride today is in the water being drunk by 3/4 of all Americans. Fluoride, which the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention declared one of 10 of the greatest public health achievements of the 20th century. And they said that because it dramatically reduces tooth decay. Well, maybe. Fluoride was and is supported by the American Dental Association, the AMA, well, until recently, I'm going to talk about that, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Centers for Disease Control, who else? The FDA, even Procter & Gamble, who gave us that real nifty Gillette shaving ad. Supposedly, fluoride poses no downside, despite early studies that did suggest that fluoride often increases sufferings from hip fractures, some cancers, kidney damage, skeletal fluorosis, what else? Aging process generally, tooth modeling, genetic damage, and a decrease in fertility. Nothing for decades appeared to change anybody's minds regarding the dangers of fluoride. Not even the fact that fluoride is banned in foreign countries, including Belgium, Sweden, Germany, Denmark, Holland, France, Italy, Norway. United States experts were not impressed with the anti-fluoride crusade because they said whatever studies were done previously were not, and I'm using their words, rigorous enough. Well, they weren't rigorous enough until recently. Consider 2015. A University of Kent study confirmed fluoride in drinking water may trigger weight gain, thyroid problems, and depression. Then, a week ago, came the shocker. The Journal of the American Medical Association, Journal Pediatrics, one of the most influential journals in medicine, published a study that linked fluoride consumption during pregnancy with lower childhood IQ. This study was subjected to 2 statistical reviews. Now, what it did was measure fluoride exposure in about 500 pregnant women. Then, when their children were about 3 or 4 years old, those children were tested for IQ performance. Rifke Green, who was the author of the study, said, and I'm taking his words, "We saw an association between prenatal fluoride exposure and lower IQ scores in children. They found after they measured fluoride exposure by examining women's fluid intake, lower IQs in both boys and girls, 1 milligram per day was associated with a 3.7 IQ deficit. This report that came out last week has been so controversial that Dr. Dimitri Christakis, JAMA pediatrician editor, himself a pediatrician, included a note with the article saying that the decision to publish was not easy. It was subject to additional scrutiny, and he said, and I'm quoting, "It is the only editor's note that I've ever written. There was concern about how this would play out in the public eye and what the public health implications would be." He finished off by saying, "The effects of this study are comparable to the effects of lead." A co-author of the study, Christine Till from York University in Toronto, said, and I'm taking her words, "When we started in this field, we were told that fluoride is safe and effective in pregnancy. But when we looked for the evidence to suggest that it is safe, we did not find any studies done on pregnant women." Rifke Green, co-author of the study, said, "What we recommend is lowering fluoride ingestion during pregnancy." David Bellinger is a Harvard professor. He writes this: "The hypothesis that fluoride is a neurodevelopmental toxicant must now be given serious consideration." Christakis advises his pregnant friends and family to avoid fluoridated water altogether. Well, this is going to come as a shock, obviously, to a lot of people. And here, with a rebuttal to that study, is our own liberal commentator, Lawrence Longet. Larry?
Hi, this is Lawrence, and I'm here at the parade. I'm here to demonstrate for fluoride. It's wonderful. Well, aside from a goiter and mottled teeth and bones, suicidal depression, and a few other ailments, my IQ is just, I forgot what I was saying. Whatever, I think you should love fluoride too. If you don't, you're a hater.
Thank you, Lawrence. This is E.T. Scribble a comment below. Like or dislike the video, whatever, I don't care. But do subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends on social media about it too. Thanks.